Flying rescue in Vietnam also kind of changed my life afterward. The combat was interesting in that the jets that flew over North Vietnam and Laos, they all were in ejection seats. And so if you did get hit, you could eject out, and now you're going to come down in the jungle. We had this rescue team that turned out to be 4 of my airplanes and 2 helicopters. We went by the call sign Sandy, and he was the on-scene commander. He was in charge of communication with the survivor that's in the tree, finding out whether he's injured or not, whether he's hurt, whether he's going to need help, or whether you can just drop a penetrator from a helicopter and pick him up. So it was a complex job. It was successful most of the time, but because you end up spending many minutes at low altitude around guns and can get hit, you don't have a lot of margin to recover. But from a morale point of view, it was extremely good for everybody that was a fighter pilot in the Air Force or the Navy, knowing that if you eject, we're going to come out after you. Guys really stepped up to it. When you knew it was one of your own guys down there, there was a real reason to get him out. And you knew at the end of the day whether you were successful or not. Either you picked him up or you went home and you didn't have him. And it wasn't good if we don't get you. There's no friendlies in the jungle. Trying to get through the jungle to a friendly area is just virtually impossible. It's up and down, and days are really short in the jungle because the trees are 200 foot high. So it's 9 o'clock before you really get much sunshine coming through, and then it gets dark by 5 or 6, even more so in the wintertime. One of our pilots, I was flying with him, he was leading one of these rescues, and he got shot up, parachuted into the trees of Laos. I saw him go into the jungle, and we talked with him one time. We knew he got out, and he was going to rest before he headed to the northwest. We never heard from him again. So we knew he was alive on the ground, but he was captured, and he was a prisoner of war for 5 years. To fly in a Christian manner is also an important part for me. We started flying this formation probably about 25 years ago, just 2 of us. I was the wingman, and the other fellow was a World War II pilot, B-29 pilot. And so I flew his wing, and we flew over a couple of services. Through the years, we ended up with 3 airplanes, and pre-COVID, we were flying over 9 services in 3 flights on Memorial Day. So it was a big activity. So we'll have a 3-ship formation in a V formation. I fly the right wing, and just as we go over the service, I do the missing man pull-up. And so that's kind of symbolic of the people that are lost in combat or lost in the military service in any form. And it's a special thing. All of us are veterans that fly. And so a lot of times we kind of dedicate our flights to someone that we knew that is not around anymore. So I think not only should it be a Memorial Day for veterans who've served, but also for family members and friends that you know that have passed away. It's a time of remembrance. Interesting thing is that I've flown these things for years and years. I've been on the Atascadero Veterans Memorial Board, and they always ask me if I would give a talk on Veterans Day. I said, I can't do that because I'm flying. One year my airplane was down, and so I agreed to give a talk, and I thought about what my talk would be about, and here's what I came up with. You know, there's the feeling when you have a loved one who's passed away. They're gone, and they kind of take a part of you with them, but they also leave a part of them with you. So I thought, you know, to a degree, the 12 guys that didn't make it, that didn't get to live the rest of their life, their memory is in me, and I represent them. To some degree, how I live my life is a reflection on them too. And so I have to think about that in every decision that I make, that I'm not just making it for me, I'm making it for them also. And so with that in mind, in my talk, I recommended that people out there volunteer their time for a service organization of some type, or for ECHO, or for Loaves and Fishes, or whatever it is, that you're honoring the people, your family, your children, everybody you're associated with. You're part of that. So it's a higher honor, it's a higher calling that you have.